It is a fantastic afternoon here at J.J. Isaacson Field to play some baseball, as today we have the Rail Riders and the Haymakers ready to go to work here on the CBL network alongside Ethan McCormick. I'm Alex Tietjen. We hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Well, Ethan, here we are with the Rail Riders and the Haymakers fighting to get a good area and to get the before the postseason starts.
Yeah, postseason starts in about a week and a half. We've only got about 5 or 6 games left on the schedule. So, yeah, these games coming up in the next week are going to be pretty crucial. A lot of fighting for playoff spots going on. A lot of high-quality baseball that you're going to be seeing here at Seymour Smith and Iowa Western. And today, I mean, you've got two teams kind of fighting to get and climb up in the rankings, especially the Haymakers. So this is a big game for both teams.
Indeed it is, Ethan. As we take a look at the standings, the Bombers earlier won today. They'll move up. But as for both of these teams, the Rail Riders sitting at second and the Haymakers down at the bottom with 6 wins.
Yeah, I mean, you've got two teams kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum here. The Rail Riders coming off of a walk-off win in their last game when Ian Zachary hit a walk-off sac fly to beat the Royal Blue Dogs. And then for the Haymakers have kind of been picking up a little bit of steam. They've been playing better baseball as of late. But right now, I mean, this is a team that's in second and the team that's in eighth. If the playoffs were to end today, the Rail Riders would be playing the Black Sox and the Haymakers would be playing the Blue Dogs.
And you said the Royal Blue Dogs, the Rail Riders beating them on a walk-off. Well, one of our storylines is about the Blue Dogs, as they are on a 3-game losing streak, only ahead by 2.5 games on first place. And the Royal Blue Dogs, they want to keep their first place reign. They got to start winning these ball games.
I would agree. Starting to slip is a good way to kind of describe it. They were on a tear for a while. They're losing 3 in a row. They still do lead the league by 2.5 games.
Yeah.
And the last place team, the Haymakers, the 8th place team, they're 6 games out of first place. There's about 6 games left. So they've really got to start kind of kicking it in a high gear here. A team for me that as we get to the playoffs to watch is definitely probably the Black Sox or the Bombers. Bombers is coming off of a big win. They're now 10-9-1. So expect those two teams to kind of start climbing the rankings here. And we're about ready for first pitch. It looks like the first batter of the game is stepping up in the batter's box.
Starting for the Rail Riders, I believe it will be David Swanson will lead up for the Haymakers. First pitch is down low, and we are underway here at J.J. Isaacson Field for this matchup. Kenneth Christensen on the mound for the Rail Riders as this ball is popped up, maybe playable, going over, and gives it a look, and it goes over the fence. Count is now 1-1. After a nice effort by Brevin Hoffman, but just goes over the fence. The 1-1 is in there for a strike. The 1-2 coming. That one's upstairs, and the count's knotted up.
I think today you're going to see a lot of great pitching from both these teams. Both these teams have very good team ERAs.
This ball is bounced up the middle. Zachary to first, and it is not in time. An infield hit to start things off.
The speed running down the line right there by Swanson was elite. He was booking it that 90 feet. I'd love to get a timed 90 feet run right there from home to first. He was cooking it. Ian Zachary did a good job of getting that ball out quickly. Tough play up the middle, but the Haymakers mean business here in the top of the first.
They sure do. Ben Kirkland now up for the Haymakers, the designated hitter. Throw back to first, not there. Kirkland batting a .286 average. This one is fouled back.
Kirkland's from Midland University up in Fremont, a local product here for the Haymakers, and he's got the opportunity to start really getting things rolling here for the Haymakers. The Haymakers have a runner on first. We know he's fast. Swanson booked it down the line. Expect Swanson to be in motion here with either no outs or one out. It'll be interesting to see how the Haymakers can be aggressive on the base pass early.
The 0-1. That one's up high, and it's knotted up 1-1.
Hoffman behind the plate, he's got to have a quick trigger. When he pops and he sees that runner starting to run, a quick trigger is going to be key because Swanson's very quick, and you've got a very good middle infield working behind you. As
runner goes,
like Swanson's off,
throws up, and it is not in time. It's a stolen base.
As for mentioned right there, Hoffman with the quick pop, that was a pretty close play at second.
I was about to say right on cue.
Good job by Ian Zachary getting that tag down. Swanson got in there, though, just in the nick of time. But that was good. That was good play on both ends. Good jump and good throw by both squads, respectively.
The 3-1 is in the shallow right, and bobbling it is Murkowski, and runner's going to be sent home, and the throw at second is not in time. An RBI double for Ben Kirkland.
That was
1-0.
That was a big play right there by Ben Kirkland. Broke the game open. It all got set up by that Swanson steal. He rounded third. The ball was bobbled out in right field by Jake Murakami, and that allowed Swanson to read the outfield hit, get home. That was a good job of cutting that ball off, though, by the first baseman, Miles Gardino, getting it to second. Tough play at second base, but nonetheless, the run comes across the score. We still have no outs here in the top of the first.
Haymakers came to play, and great job by Kirkland, as you said. After Murakami bobbled it, he just booked it right to second and got there safely. As here's Cheryl up to the dish. That one's fouled off. The 1 from Christensen. That one almost hit him, and it's inside.
Looks like this is Knick Christensen's first pitching appearance on the season. I don't see any recorded pitching stats for him. So it looks like this is his first appearance on the mound this year. Knick Christensen's usually an infielder. Usually primarily seeing him play left of the second base bag. So interesting to see here for Jonathan Francisco and the Rail Riders.
This one's lined in the left field. This ball is caught by Chip Rez. No tagging up, and that's how the first out will happen.
Absolutely laced by Cheryl getting out there, but good job by Chip Rez. Came right to him. We'll see how Drew Miller can see if he can kind of continue the momentum that has been established by the Haymakers early on.
Drew Miller batting .324 average. Let's see if he can improve it with one down here at the top of the first. Christensen looking for his first strikeout, as this one's out of the box. It's 1-1.
Ball didn't miss by much outside. I thought that ball maybe had snuck in that little outer half of the zone, but umpire's playing a little tight today.
2-0. That one is foul back. Make it 2-1. With Kirkland at second, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Kenneth Christensen on the mound, kicks and fires. Floater won't get the call. It's 3-1.
Drew Miller He's got to be kind of picky here. He's got to wait for his pitch. He's ahead in the count 3-1. You got to just wait for your pitch.
This one is called a strike, and that is a. Now we're at 3-2.
Drew Miller, I mean, you got to expect that Kenneth Christensen's going to throw you a strike.
This one is fouled off. And we'll see another. Here's a 3-2 delivery. That one's also fouled off, and we'll do it one more time. As you said earlier, Ethan, this might be Christensen's first appearance on the mound, as he usually bats. He has a 282 average when he's behind the dish, when he's at the dish batting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Interesting. Maybe trying to save some arms on this Sunday afternoon or Sunday kind of getting into the evening game.
Yeah. That one won't get the call there for Christensen, and that's a walk.
That's a 7-pitch walk right there for Drew Miller. Good job working the pitch count. Really exceeds at, kind of tiring out the pitcher. In a game like today, it's humid. It's a little warm out there. You want to start working pitch counts, try to get these guys out as quickly as possible.
Now it's Ryan Golden. With 2 men aboard, with 1 out here at the top hand of inning number 1. As this ball, throw back to second, and we got a rundown. As the ball bounces away, and he's in there safely at third. Kirkland kind of drew a little rundown, but he gets the third safely. Miller goes up to second. And not ideal for the Rail Riders.
That's going to be an error on the throw right there. As TJ Swaney had to, honestly, he had to pick that one pretty cleanly out of the dirt for that to even have a chance. But Ben Kirkland with the heads-up base running kind of maybe initiated some of the pressure for that error to happen. But that was just a heads-up base running play and a lack of kind of awareness and effort for the Rail Riders on the defensive side of things.
The Rail Riders with 2 errors already in this first inning. That one's called a strike as Golden looks at it.
And Ryan Golden right here has the opportunity to really get things cooking with fire for the Haymakers here. A 3-run lead in the top of the first is perfect.
That one upstairs. Make it 1-1. This ball gets away, but no movement by the base runners. It's now 2-1. Kenneth Christensen deals, and there's a strike. Nice pitch there.
Kenneth Christensen's got a 2-2 count right now. Throw your best pitch. I mean, you want to try to limit damage here in the top of the first. You don't want to get this game too far out of hand early.
2-2, swing and a miss, and Christensen gets his first Corn Belt League strikeout.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's the first strikeout he's recorded in the Corn Belt League in this 2023 campaign. Well, what a time for it to come. Runners on second and third, and he throws an absolute laser in there and paints the outside half with his velocity.
Great job getting the first strikeout as this ball right up to the mound and throws the first, and there's the 1-3. And that will – so the Haymakers only get 1 despite having 2 men left on base. We head to the middle of the first, 1-0 Haymakers. This is the Corn Belt League Network. back on here at J.J. Isaacson Field. Braxton Alexander will be on the bump for the Haymakers as he has about a 2.21 ER, or a 2.46, excuse me, ERA. As he's started 3 games earlier. This will be his 4th here in the bottom half of inning number 1.
He's gone 22 2/3 innings with a 1.10 whip and a 221 opponent's batting average. Really enforces a lot of ground balls. He's got a pretty high also strikeout to walk ratio, which would put him tops in the league in terms of that strikeout to walk ratio. Will load the strike zone, has a great velocity on that fastball. Beautiful command as well. He really is. He is a great pitcher.
There's that good fastball you were just talking about. That's a strike. Matchin. Steven Matchin up, starting things off for the Rail Riders. He has to dig out of a hole as it's a 1-2 count already. Alexander kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Starting things off right. And there we go with the strikeout.
Braxton Alexander's 38th strikeout of the 2023 season. That puts him in the top 5 in terms of strikeouts. And that ERA, with every out Braxton Alexander gets without a run or an earned run, that ERA is going to continue going down in the lower 2s. He's probably got about a 2.42, 2.43 right now after that last strikeout.
Now up the bat is the right fielder, Jake Murakami. Takes a strike at his first pitch. Swings at that one. That one was down to the dirt. Nice pitch by Alexander. And it's 0-2 already.
And Alexander's walking off the mound, and he's feeling it. He is feeling something in his arm, and that is just not ideal. That is just he is down on the ground right now, right on the first baseline. That is just not good. You got to pray. Don't want to speculate, but you got to pray that okay. Braxton Alexander is okay.
Something hope you never see, and out comes a new pitcher from the Haymakers dugout.
You saw him immediately go down. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and introduce the new pitcher right here on the Corn Belt League Network.
New pitcher, this is Cade Ritchie out of Midland University. He'll take over for Braxton Alexander.
In 9 1/3 innings, Cade Ritchie posts a 174 whip with a 243 opponent's batting average, but the most impressive stat is the 1.52 ERA that Cade Ritchie has been able to maintain this 2023 season.
And on his first pitch, it'll be a strikeout.
Cade Ritchie inherited Braxton Alexander's 0-2 count and comes in. First pitch gets the strikeout. Now, that strikeout, I believe, is going to be credited to Braxton Alexander as he maintained an 0-2 count before that. So Braxton Alexander leaving the game had 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Cade Ritchie comes in and punches him out, but not in his name.
Ground ball to second. And that's a 4-3 quick inning here. As no runs, no hits, no errors for the Rail Riders, we'll head to the second inning here on the CBLN. Here we go, heading into the top of the second. Christensen, who recorded a strikeout in the first inning, looking to have a better inning as first inning. He let up 1 run, and the Rail Riders defense let up 2 errors and 2 hits. Christensen fires, and it's off the mark. Dane Small up to bat for the Haymakers. Gets it that one. It's 1-1 now. Delivery there. A little too low, and it's now 2-1. This ball high chopper to the third, over to first, and that one is in time. A weird-looking bouncer went sky high, and the third baseman Swaney went to go get it, throw it first for the easy out.
That ball just hit right in front of home plate, skied pretty high for putting a bounce ball-looking grounder, but T.J. Swaney came flying in from the hot corner position, growled it. Good, nice little on-the-throw run right there by T.J. Swaney. That's a quick first out for Nick Christensen, who you can tell has settled in.
Yeah. This ball's outside, as here is Josh Moore. This pitch is out and away. It's 2-0.
You can kind of tell this is a hitter's friendly strike zone. It's a pretty tight, compact strike zone from the home plate umpire today.
I can agree, as we have 3 balls and no strikes.
See if you have a green light here from, see if he has a green light here. He does not.
Nope, it's a 4-pitch walk for Josh Moore. And now it is Jake Eltiste. He steps in with a man aboard. Ball's down low. It's 1-0. Christensen Has thrown 5 straight balls.
Jake Altice with the .296 batting average and 2 RBIs to his name so far in this 2023 season.
This one is belted in the left field, going back and making the catch is Chiprez, and that'll send Josh Moore back to first. 2 down, excuse me.
And the 2 plays Carson Chiprez has had out there in left field, he hasn't had to move much. They've been laced pretty much straight to him. He's maybe had to move a couple steps left and right, but he's had 2 pretty easy catches out there. I might have jinxed it. He might get one where he has to run here eventually, but for right now, he's had 2 pretty easy putouts out there in left field.
Two outs now, as here's Jason Bishop stepping in for the Haymakers. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Jason Bishop with only his coming up on his 15th at-bat on the year.
It's the opportunity to keep this inning alive for the Haymakers.
2 RBIs on the year as well for him, as this one is in for a strike and the count's 1-2.
Beautiful pitch right there from Knick Christensen. Kind of froze Bishop up at the plate. He didn't really know what to do with that pitch, and it froze him. Nice pitch right there from Knick Christensen.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Second strikeout on the day for Christensen, as we take it to bottom half of the second. It's 1-0 Haymakers here on the Corn Belt League Network. Left fielder Carson Chiprez will start things off with the Rail Riders batting wise for the Rail Riders, as Cade Ritchie only threw 2 pitches and retired 2 batters in the last inning. As it's a line drive right to third and then a quick out. So 3 pitches and 3 outs for Cade Ritchie on the bump.
Yeah, that was an absolute laser. That's why they call it the hot corner, though. Good job over there at third base by Isaac Sherrill. Kind of had to dive and get on the ground, but one thing I want to point out, though, is that Carson Chiprez still ran through the bag. It's just one of those effort plays, right? It's one of those plays where you look at it as a coach and you're pretty appreciative of that.
Yeah. Fouled back off the swing of Peyton Blinn, who steps in.
Peyton Blinn, .262 average. He's got 11 hits, 3 doubles, and 5 RBIs to his name this year. His walk to strikeout ratio sitting pretty good, 11 walks, 9 strikeouts on the season.
This ball's up and over, and it's called not a strike. Count even at 1-1. Peyton Blinn, the designated hitter. As I said, he's been pretty decent throughout the year. That ball up and outside to make it 2-1. That ball Sneaks inside. That will be a strike.
Beautiful
That is a great
pitch right there from Cade Ritchie. I mean, that's like an MLB The Show when you get a perfect release on a slider with Clayton Kershaw. I mean, that is just a beautiful pitch right there from Cade Ritchie.
This one's right up the mound, through the middle, and through into center. It might have bounced off the glove of Miller, but that will be a base hit for Peyton Blinn.
Peyton Blinn kind of got jammed up right there, and he kind of had to knob that one kind of in on his hands. Did a good job of extending that ball out, kind of using his power, getting that ball out. It's a great piece of hitting. Now you've got a runner kind of who's a little speedy. He's had a couple stolen bases so far this year, so we'll see if the Rail Riders can knot this game up.
Now it's Ian Zachary at first pitch. They hit him, and off to first he goes. So now 2 aboard with only 1 out. Stepping in will be Joshua Cuneff, the extra hitter. Joshua Cuneff, 194 average, 6 hits on the year. Taking strike right there.
Cuneff was a member of the team that played the Military War Dogs game back on July 3rd. Or no, excuse me, July 2nd. No, July 3rd.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm mixing up my days here. For some reason, my calendar's all.
Come on, Ethan. That one's up and away.
The All-Star game also wasn't that long ago. If you want to watch a replay of the All-Star game, it's up on our YouTube channel right here on the Corn Belt League Network. You can go back and give that one a watch. Some of the guys in this game participated.
This one's a high fly ball to center, where Swanson puts the squeeze on it, and there's 2 away.
Man, Cade Ritchie is working very efficiently. He's not getting deep into counts. He's getting into forcing outs in the first 4 to 5 pitches of the at-bat. He's not wasting any time. No wasted motion from Cade Ritchie. It's just pound, pound, pound the strike zone. He's really, really coming in and filling his spot and really fulfilling his role perfectly.
Now it's TJ Swaney. Ball way up high. With 19 at-bats on the year with a 158 average, Swaney has. Ball borderline, but called out of the zone.
Not too far inside. I thought that ball maybe it just snuck on the line, but like I said, it looks like it's maybe a hitter's friendly zone today from the home plate umpire.
Yeah. This one's popped into the middle circle, but nobody will get there. But a throw home, and it is not in time. Ball gets away. Zachary will go to third, and a routine single will get an RBI, and the Rail Riders are on the board.
Troy Flowers laced that one up the middle. It wasn't really a very hard hit ball, I guess. It just got up the middle, but it was enough. It was enough for Peyton Blinn to come around and score. Close play at the plate. That was a lot closer of a play at the plate than I thought it was going to be. It looks like Brevin Hoffman now has the opportunity. There's base runners on the corner. I would expect Troy Flowers to potentially do a defensive indifference and take second.
That one is rolled to the batter's box. Foul ball.
Brevin Hoffman just barely got on that one, just a little off his bat a little bit. That's okay. We continue on his 1-1 count. He's just got to be ready for his pitch up there.
1-1. This one, a high pop-up in the infield. Under it is is the second baseman, and that will end the inning. But the Rail Riders have done damage as they tie the game 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the second with the game tied. We welcome you to J.J. Isaacson Field again. Ethan McCormick, Alex Tietjen on the call with you today. Top of the order for the Haymakers as Swanson will lead things off, who ran all around the bases and scored in the first inning. Oh, and that Christensen plunks him, and off to first he goes.
That's first pitch, hit by pitch. That's really the first time we've seen Kinnick really kind of lose track of command.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see Ben Kirkland, who got things rolling. He had an RBI in his last at-bat. We'll see if he can kind of stay perfect in this game. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI.
This ball gets away and throw to first, not there. Swanson, who stole a base in the first inning. Won't be surprised if he does it again, and Hoffman is making sure that he has none of that.
Swanson's getting a kind of a smaller lead, and I was kind of calling it. I was going to say they're going to be watching on Swanson because Swanson's one of the quicker guys on this Haymakers team.
He does have great speed.
So I'd be watching for that Swanson to be kind of off and running, I'd say, in the next pitch or two. Maybe this pitch right here. We'll see.
No go for Swanson. The pitch is up high. And I can just see Swanson like
he's itching. He's ready. He wants to go.
Ready. He's ready, but it looks like he just looks depart. That one falls in the middle for a strike.
Kind of looks like Swanson's a firework that's ready to be get ready to get lit.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just ready to explode.
Yep.
It's kind of like one of those artillery shells where it just comes out of the tube and goes. Kind of looks like that. He's waiting to come out and just go. He's itching. You can see him.
Swung on and missed. That's strike. And we're knotted up 2-2. Kirkland, who had a base hit earlier in the first inning. See if he can do it again as kicks and deals, and that one is fouled off on the fence. Christian trying to get his third strikeout, won't get it there as ball's up high, and we have a full count.
We'll see how good of a pitch Kenneth Christensen, who's thrown 47 pitches in 2 full innings of work here as Swanson's
goes.
off.
And that one, I think, hit him.
Yeah, he got hit by the pitch right there. That's just –
Or no,
oh, no, they're going to say a foul
I think
ball.
it hit the bat, yeah. And back to first goes Swanson. I guess it did hit the bat. That's kind of unlucky because that looked like an inside pitch, and that could have been ball 4.
Yeah, I mean, ball 4, runner was off. That's just kind of an interesting situation. Swanson just continues to get picked on over there. Picked off. Okay, no pun intended, but picked on. And yeah, you see what I did there? You see what I did there? That, you know.
Mike's not smiling. And there he goes again. That one gets away. Ball 4 called. Kirkland goes to first. Swanson goes to second. It's 2 on with nobody out.
Isaac Sherrill, who's 0 for 1 today. We'll see if he can kind of be the difference maker. Ben Kirkland has just continued to piece together at bats, but now it's Sherrill's turn. Sherrill comes into this one. He's 0 for 1. Got out in his last at bat. Sherrill flied out to left field in his last at bat.
That one away. Called ball. Isaac Sherrill, 265 average, and that one is low and away. 9 hits on the year, 5 RBIs. Hopefully to make it 6 or 7 right here for him. The 2-0. Line drive in the left field corner. This ball is foul.
That was a pretty loud foul ball. That ball was roped down the third base line. Hard hit, loud, but unfortunately it was just a couple feet left of the foul line.
Yep.
And we'll do a 2-1.
If we had a ball boy, he'd be on his horse.
I mean, that's kind of what Curtis Flint looks like he's doing down there.
Line drive at third. That one gets through down the line. In to score is Swanson. Going to third is Kirkland, and off to second goes Sherrill. A RBI double, is 6th of the year. 2-1 Haymakers.
Haymakers break it open on a very hard hit ground ball. Right there from Isaac Sherrill. I was just talking about before that at bat how Isaac Sherrill can be the difference maker in this inning and really lace that one down the line. Did so. He was very close on a ball hit down the line a couple pitches ago, and then that one he takes down the line anyway.
Now it's Drew Miller, who singled in the first. This one's a high blooper into shallow right. Zachary won't get it. In to score is Kirkland. They'll send Sherrill home. Throws not in time. Off the second goes Drew Miller. Make it 4-1 Haymakers. That was a little lazy blooper into right field. Zachary couldn't fetch it. Murakami can't either, and it proved costly.
The man behind the plate for the Haymakers, or excuse me, for the Haymakers, Golden steps up to the plate. 0 for 1. He's looking to kind of tack onto this lead. We've seen the Haymakers put up 3 unanswered runs here in the top of the third.
Swung on a miss there for Ryan Golden, who struck out in the previous inning. That one's another swung on and missed ball, and it's 0-2. Christensen trying to get back on track. And did he go?
They're going to say he went.
Yep, he did. That is the second strikeout for Ryan Golden. It'll be out number 1 here in this inning. Something you need right there for Christensen.
That's a good bounce back pitch right there from Christensen. He's maybe feeling slightly rattled here in the top of the third, giving up, like I mentioned, 3 unanswered. But Hayden Crawford has the opportunity to give them a 4-run lead.
Lined up the middle, and that one is through for a base hit. Going home is Drew Miller, and he'll score, make it 5-1. Haymakers, 4 runs in the third inning. They've exploded.
They have really exploded. 4 runs in the inning, and the inning's not even over. They still have 1 out, and Dane Small comes up to the plate here. And, I mean, this has been an offensive explosion. The Haymakers, that 6-11 record for the Haymakers is definitely not predicated on how they actually are as a team this year.
Absolutely.
They are a lot better than that 6-11 record will show.
First pitch up high for Dane Small. This one is inside. Make it 2-0. Man aboard for the Haymakers. They for certainly are not done, as that one, a hard swing right there. You'll get nothing out of that one. Make it 2-1. That pitch is fouled off. Make it 2-2.
Knick Christensen is up over 60 pitches in this ball game, and he's only thrown 2 1/3. That pitch count's got to be kind of something that head coach Jonathan Francisco is going to want to start looking at.
That one is fouled back again, and we'll see another. The 2-2, runner goes. Pitches a swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, while Hayden Crawford steals a base.
It's a nice strikeout right there from Knick Christensen. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day.
Josh Moore steps in, who you walked in the second inning.
Excuse me, 4 strikeouts.
First pitch is in there. That's a strike.
Like you mentioned, Josh Moore walked in his last at-bat. He's 0 for 0. Hayden Crawford leads off a second.
Line drive to second. Zachary over there, and that will end the inning. But the Haymakers have opened the door with 4 runs here in only the third inning, as we'll take a break. We welcome you back to J.J. Isaacson Field. First pitch is right up the mound. Throw the first is there. That's a 1-3 to start things off as Brevin Hoffman was up to bat. Or Miles Guardino, rather, excuse me.
Top of the order, the shortstop, number 2, Stephen Matchett.
Now it's Steven Matchin. He steps in, kicks and deals. This one is swinged and fouled off. Matchin who struck out, excuse me, in the first. That pitch is in there for a ball. 1-3. Milton fires. This one up high. A little too close for comfort for Stephen Matchin. It's 2-1. That one down low. Make it 3-1. This one is a high fly ball in the left center. Swanson makes his way over and puts the squeeze on it.
Jake Murakami steps up to the plate here. He's 0 for 1.
He had the strikeout earlier.
Made a couple nice plays in right field, however, but Cade Ritchie continues to work efficiently. 2 1/3, and this is the 23rd pitch of his performance.
Grounder to second, over to first, is in time, and that's a pretty quick inning. Only a couple pitches, and we're off to the 4th inning. It remains 5-1. Welcome back, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Peyton Blinn for the Rail Riders will come in and replace Kenneth Christensen.
This is also Peyton Blinn's first pitching outing of the year, coming in with no innings, no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks, no whip, no batting average, no ERA, nothing. This is his first appearance of the season, and Peyton Blinn is going to come in. He's kind of in a big spot. This is a close game. It was a close game, I guess. Peyton Blinn from IUPUC, that's Indiana University, Purdue University, Columbus. Say that 5 times fast. That's quite the tongue twister and a lot of words.
IUPUC.
I go to UNK. I'm not very educated.
I think Creighton played their basketball team one time before Christmas, but That's where he goes to school and looking to do some damage as the Haymakers exploded with 4 runs on 3 hits in the 3rd inning.
And Jake Eltiste is up to the plate in his first at-bat. He lined out to the left fielder. So we'll see if he can get on track here and continue to add on after the Haymakers had a 4-run top of the 3rd. We'll see if they can stay hot here in the top of the 4th.
This one is up high. Big 1-0.
Well, note that we haven't seen a lot of first pitch strikes in this ball game. It's been pretty errant.
This ball goes to the backstop and make it 2-0.
Pitch did not miss by much right there in the outer half. I thought that ball maybe snuck in there.
Yep.
Did not miss by a whole lot.
It's now 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk for Jake Eltiste.
It's pretty good plate discipline. Peyton Blinn is not a common pitcher, but Jason Bishop, the 10th guy in the Haymakers lineup today for Dwayne Hosey, comes up to the plate. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat, so he's also one of those guys for the Haymakers looking to get back on track in this game. And you've got a pretty speedy Jake Eltiste.
You sure do. This ball's down and away. Man aboard, and Eltiste goes, and no throw to second. He'll be there safely. Hoffman eats it, and as runner advances 90 feet. That one might not have been in his liking, but that'll be a strike.
Just caught the outside part of the plate. I don't want to see the strike zone starting to expand. I want it to kind of stay the same. We've gotten used to the same strike zone for 3 full innings now.
Yeah.
So
Be weird if it changes on us, and that one veers outside. Make it 3-1. Jason Bishop, who struck out in the 2nd. Strikes out right there as the runner goes to 3rd, and he did not get him. Oh boy, Sweeney does not like that call, but he'll be there safely as, correction, it is not a strikeout. He'll see another.
we saw Eltiste steal 2nd and steal 3rd, but it looked like he was out right there. That was a bang play at 3rd base. I thought Sweeney got the tag down. Great throw by Hoffman. I thought that was pretty good defense right there from the Rail Riders.
This ball is down low, and there'll be ball 4 as Bishop goes to first. 2 on it, and nobody out.
Got Eltiste at 3rd. You got Bishop at 1st. Now you got Swanson here at the plate. Swanson is 1 for 1 in this game. He walked in his last, or he got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat, and then he singled on a ground ball to the second baseman in his at-bat before that, and that started the game off for the Haymakers.
Pitch is up high, but still called a strike. Runners at the corner still. Guy from first goes. No throw at all. Not even really looking as Jason Bishop goes over to 2nd.
Now you got runners on 2nd and 3rd, so you got 2 runners in scoring position here for David Swanson. He can really kind of break this game open on one swing.
Chopper left side, it gets through, and in to score is Eltiste. Bishop will go over to 3rd as Swanson tacks on another RBI. It's 6-1.
Just talking about how Swanson's had himself quite the day. Now he's 2 for 2 with an RBI, a single, and a walk. So he's really had a day at the plate, staying disciplined, keeping that bat through the zone, really staying patient, really allowing what Peyton Blinn is giving him. He's doing a good job. He got in front of that one, roped it in between the 5 and 6 gap. That's now a 5-run lead for the Haymakers.
Runner goes. Hoffman gives it a little pump fake, but no throw at all, as Swanson, as we've been talking about in the last inning, shot right out of a cannon and heads to second easily.
And they're still all doing this with no outs. There's no outs here in the top of the 4th, and they just continue to tack on runs.
Not an ideal start for Peyton Blinn's first time all season on the bump.
Ben Kirkland also has the opportunity to go 2 for 2. He singled on a line drive that ended up bringing home the runner, and he's got a walk. He's got a 2-1 count here. He can be patient, wait for his pitch up at the plate. He can really do a lot of damage if he can get a hold of one.
The 2-1 is down low, but not really, as that's called a strike.
Those are back-to-back great pitches by Peyton Blinn, who's thrown 17 pitches in this inning. He's looking to kind of keep that pitch count low. You don't want to work your arm.
Chopper to short, run scores, throw to first is there. First batter that Blinn has retired, but it will still bring in a run. It's 7-1.
In the last 2 innings, we've seen 4 unanswered runs by the Haymakers in the top of the 3rd. Now 2 unanswered runs by the Haymakers here in the top of the 4th. And you've got the ever-so-dangerous Isaac Sherrill, who's been playing the hot corner today for the Haymakers, steps up with a runner on 3rd and a 7-1 lead.
Pitch for Sherrill is a strike.
Nice.
A little down low.
Nice little crowd on hand today in this ball game.
Yeah.
Despite the heat and humidity, the fans still come out to Seymour Smith to support the Rail Riders and Haymakers in this ball game.
Good crowd on a Sunday, late afternoon, early evening. Little score update. The Padres and the Phillies are at the top of the 10th. 5-5, runner at 3rd. The Mets lead the Dodgers 1-0, middle of the 7th. The Astros and Angels are scoreless, top of the first two on.
Peyton Blinn missed a little high with that slider right there. 2-2 count here for Isaac Sherrill.
This one, high ball, Zachary under it. He puts the squeeze on it. No throw home. And there's 2 away.
That's a big second out right there from the Rail Riders. Just kind of weak pop fly contact. It stayed in the infield right there. But that's ideal because that does not give Swanson the opportunity to come home and tag. Drew Miller, who's also 1 for 1 in this ball game, walked in one of his at-bats. Walked in his first at-bat, and he singled on a fly ball to the right fielder in his last at-bat. Fouled that one straight back into the net.
Well, fence, but who cares? I'm not being superstitious. But in the words of Michael Scott, I'm a little stitious. As that ball is a strike, and it's 1-2.
Seen a little cloud cover come over the Omaha area. We've seen a lot of haze from the South Dakota wildfires that have kind of creeped their way into Nebraska, and it's giving a little bit of shade here in the area.
This one, called strike 3, looking. That will end the inning. The Haymakers tack on 2 more, make it 7-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 4th.
Welcome back to Seymour Smith as Max Torres steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 in today's ball game. He's only registered 1 at-bat, and he grounded out to second in his last at-bat as Cade Ritchie goes on for his third inning of work here, and he starts the first pitch off with the ground ball right back to the catcher, Golden, and that'll be a foul ball here. It'll be an 0-1 count here for Max Torres early. Max Torres batting in the 3-hole spot today for the Rail Riders. Rail Riders down 7-1 after an explosive third and fourth as he fouls the next one back into the fencing behind him. It'll be an 0-2 count here, and Cade Ritchie sitting in the driver's seat.
As you said in the last inning, it's been getting pretty cloudy. Not a lot of sunlight as it was in the first inning. As this ball is sky high, left side. Under it is Miller from the shortstop's position to make the play. And there's one down.
Cade Ritchie has gone through now 3 full innings of work. He's got 26 thrown pitches. That is beautiful pitch count right there. And he's just really been staying efficient. He's gotten 26 pitches. He's thrown 16 total strikes, 10 total balls, 1 strikeout. And he has not really given up that much damage. He's only given up 1 hit.
Now it's Carson Shiprez. Steps in for the Rail Riders. The 0-1. Fouled off, sky high, in the parking lot. Breaks my windshield, 0-2. It would not be ideal just walk into your car and see a baseball in your front driver's seat. As this baseball just easily goes into the glove of Jake Eltiste for the out.
That ball was hit directly to Jake Eltiste. You really can't get much better than that.
It's just like a yeet.
That was right to him. Now the pitcher, Peyton Blinn, steps in the left-handed batter's box, so righty on lefty matchup takes strike 1.
Blinn, the pitcher who had a single back in the second inning. The only run. He also scored a touched first base to get the only run, but he won't get one there as that ends another quick inning as it remains 7-1 here at Seymour Smith. Welcome back. It remains a 7-1 ball game. Haymakers on top. Ryan Golden now steps in for the Haymakers on the top half of the 5th inning. Peyton Blinn still on the mound. As the first pitch is a strike. Second pitch is a line, but it goes way foul.
The ball was absolutely ripped. He really got out in front of that ball. You could tell that he wants that pitch back and he wants that ball to stay in between the white lines.
Sure
but
thing.
that ball was absolutely ripped down the left field line.
Almost hit the. I thought it was about to hit the train tracks. As this ball is down low. It's 1-2.
Ball didn't miss too much down low or outside. That ball was a very nice pitch.
Yep.
Peyton Blinn looks to be settled in a little bit more after giving up a couple runs in the last.
That ball too high, and the count is now even. As this ball swung on, and it will be bounced foul.
Golden, the man behind the plate, behind the dish, today for the Haymakers. Well, 0 for 2. Peyton Blinn's pitch count is up to 32 pitches, however, through just an inning of complete work.
Up high, and it's a full count. And from 0-2 to a ball 4 called. Golden will go to first on a ball.
That was a really good at-bat. Yeah, like you said, worked 0-2 back to a walk. That was a beautiful at-bat.
Number 11, Blake Peabody.
This ball is high and in the air to right center, where Torres puts the squeeze on it, and there's one away.
Now back. The right fielder, number 2.
One pitch, one out there for Blake Peabody, excuse me.
As here's Dane Small. First inning, grounded up to the pitcher. Third inning, he got a base hit. Or correction, first inning he grounded out to third. I was looking at the wrong player. Third inning he struck out. Throw over to first, trying to get Golden. Won't get him there. That ball outside. Make it 2-0 with a man aboard. It's 7-1 here at Seymour Smith. In the top of the fifth. Over to first is not there. Great job by Gordito at first base to have his foot on the bag and easily put the tag on him, but great job by Ryan Golden as well to get back there as soon as possible. And the count's 3-0.
Peyton Blinn needs to be careful not to throw 8 straight balls here coming up on this pitch. He's
Hunter goes. That's ball 4. And easily going to second goes Golden, and going to first is Dane Small.
Now back.
And so
Number 19, Josh Moore.
we have 2 on with only 1 out. Josh Moore steps in for the Haymakers.
Attention fans, pitching for the Rail Riders, number 24, Miles Gardino.
As this ball is grounded to second, Zachary overthrows the guy at second base, and in to score goes Ryan Golden. And it's now 8-1. That's a little miscue there by Ian Zachary.
I think the ball came out a little too prematurely right there. Ball kind of slipped out. That would have been a great inning-ending double play by the middle infield of the Rail Riders, but the error forces a run to come across to score. 8-1 ball game now here. And the Haymakers have scored in every inning but the second inning. They have really they've been capitalizing on mistakes. They look pretty good out there.
This ball is down and fair where three guys were near the ball, and nobody comes up with it. Gordino, Zachary, Murakami there all around it, but it does fall in fair territory, and that loads the bases with only one out.
That split the triangle of Rail Riders infielders plus Murakami out there. Now Jason Bishop has the opportunity to really break this game open. If he were to plant all three runs across the board here, that would initiate the mercy rule, which is 10 runs after 5 innings. So with one out, they have the opportunity to get it done.
As a small chopper to third, they'll only get the force at first, and that one bounces off the grasp of Gardino, and 2 runs are going to score. Will it be 3? No, he'll get held back. Oh, no, he will come in to score. This ball gets away, throw to first or throw to home. He's safe by a mile as Jason Bishop, as you said, Ethan, empties the bases, and it's 11-1.
Yeah, he emptied the bases, but it was because of an error. It was a throwing error by the middle infield. It's just, man, this game is just the game is just not what the Rail Riders were hoping it was going to be when they came to the ballpark today. The Haymakers are clicking on all cylinders. Their pitching has been really good. They're hitting the ball. You know, the Rail Riders just unfortunately just came to the ballpark not expecting this type of performance and a beautiful bunt.
Oh my gosh, that is little overrunning of the bag by Jason Bishop, but he does get it there safely. But an amazing bunt by David Swanson at the top of the order. Runners at the corners, only one out still. It's 11-1 still.
Lot to say right there. Yeah, you got to take a deep breath. Like mentioned, the Haymakers have scored in every inning but the second, and this is the second or third straight inning in which they've put up 2 runs or more
Look at that.
in an inning, and now 11-1 ball game.
And a runner goes, no throw over to second. Swanson gets there on a stolen base. That's his 3rd stolen base of the game David Swanson has. Oh boy, well, I mean, we talked about this pregame, Ethan, where the Haymakers only have 6 wins and are at the bottom of the order and are dead last, but you cannot simply judge them just basically on only having 6 wins and being dead last in the league. They are pouring it on the second place Rail Riders, who are, I believe, 2.5 games back as of right now. This ball away, but it gets swung on and fouled off. Kirkland up to bat. Whew. Not a lot to say as 4 runs have been scored in this inning. Wait, did I hit him?
They're going to say that's a foul ball. It might have hit off of Ben Kirkland's, the knob of Ben Kirkland's bat. He's talking to the umpire. He's pleading this case. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want to get into a discussion too much.
Okay. Yeah, just got to head back, take it, try again.
They'll stay an 0-2 count.
Yeah. I mean, your team's up 10 runs, too. It's not like it won't be the worst thing in the world. As this one's on the ground to second, Zachary fires, and that one gets away. Another miscue by Ian Zachary at the second base position, and another run scores. 12-1. Not ideal. As, if I'm reading correctly, that is 6 errors for the Rail Riders.
You would be correct. They have just been – it's been rough out there today, just not ideal. It's been something that kind of just – you kind of want to look past. You want to go to your next game kind of forgetting this game happened.
Sherrill up to the dish. 5 of the last 6 batters for the Haymakers have touched home plate and scored. And if Swanson comes in to score from third, that'll be the 3rd time he'd touch home plate. But man, 12 runs, 8 hits, 6 errors.
A very ugly looking box score, I will say.
Yeah.
Not for the Haymakers, however.
No.
But for the Rail
They're loving
Riders, this box score, it's two opposite ends of the line, right? You've got the Haymakers who have put up double-digit runs, almost double-digit hits, no errors, and then you got the Rail Riders who have
This
just
one's
struggled.
popped up to right field. No go at home on the tag. Murakami just makes the play, throws home, and there's 2 down.
That is the much-needed second out of the inning for the Rail Riders. Down 11. That is a much-needed second out right there. You do have a chance when you go to the bottom of the 5th to get some runs across the board and prolong this game. But
that one's called a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. You'll see another. David Swanson at third. Ben Kirkland at first. No balls, 2 outs, 2 on. As this one swung on, belted, and down in fair territory. Murakami comes to get it. In to score is Swanson. Over the third goes Ben Kirkland. And that's an RBI double for Drew Miller, I believe.
just continues to rake it on. The Haymakers just not letting their foot off the gas. They want this game to be as big of a win as possible.
They're trying to make it look like LSU Florida Game 2 of the College World Series Finals. That was not fun to watch. That game was not fun to watch. As that pitch is low for Ryan Golden, who earlier in this inning got the first on a ball. And this one's line drive in the left. This ball is fair on the line. Scoring is Kirkland, as is Miller. But Ryan Golden, another double, 2 RBI. And it just keeps on coming.
This is just not ideal. I mean, 15-1, 14 runs. The Haymakers are up by 2 touchdowns right now.
It's still a 2-possession game in football.
They just are not letting off the gas. They just continuously are putting their foot down and just raking every hit that they see. The counts are low ball counts. Yeah. They just are taking everything that they see and absolutely crushing it. That right there, Golden perfectly pinpointed down the left field line, brings home 2 runs. We'll see. I mean, this game is going to be getting out of hand.
This one's outside.
It is out of hand, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. This was swung on, belted, and that one gets down. And coming in to score is Ryan Golden. That one scores a base hit by Peabody. It's 16-1. Boy, oh boy. We're going to have to find some stuff to talk about. But this would, if the Rail Riders don't get 5 more runs in the 5th inning, the game will be called over.
I will say Miles Gardino's doing the Craig Kimbrell. At least they're having fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Miles Gardino did the Craig Kimbrell tongue twister thing where he hangs his arm out. We'll see if he does it again right here, but yeah. He's doing the Craig Kimbrell arm thing. That's interesting. Looking like an eagle out there out on the mound. That is something.
I remember when Phillies fans did that to a Braves pitcher one year, as this ball is sky high in foul territory and makes a squeeze on it, goes Swaney, and that ends a gargantuan inning by the Haymakers. 9 runs, a couple of errors, but for the Haymakers, it's looking like clockwork as we'll take a break, go to the bottom of the 5th. Well, to say your last inning, it was 9 runs on 5 hits.
Correct. 9 runs, 5 hits.
4 errors.
Like mentioned, that is the 3rd inning in which the Haymakers have scored 2 runs or more in the inning, back-to-back-to-back innings in which it has happened in this game. And Cade Ritchie goes out there just keeping up the dominance out on the mound. So Haymakers are in the driver's seat to come home with the win.
Now it's Ian Zachary. Takes a strike on the 2nd pitch. Another pitch, and they're going to say he did not go. Make it 2-1. Ian Zachary, the former Creighton Prep Junior J at Iowa Western, and the former Omaha Goodfella. He takes another swing in, and it's strike 2. That one outside, and the count's full. As this grounded up the middle, off the glove of Miller, and Zachary is in there safely.
Good effort by Drew Miller getting up the middle right there. That was a nice little effort, and also good job by Jake Altiste with the backup. As the comeback is on for the Rail Riders.
They need 5 runs to
They need 6 runs to extend the ball game. 5 runs.
That one, it did hit him. It hit Joshua Cunniff. And some people are already calling it a comeback.
I've seen a lot of miracles happen in sports. I've seen a lot of things that had low chances happen, but honestly, the chances here of the Rail Riders completing a 17-run comeback or a 16-run comeback, 15 to tie, 16 to lead, is very, very unfavorable.
And
My mom's a statistician, so every time I say something's impossible, she's like, "Where's your evidence?"
thanks, Mike.
She would say the same thing.
TJ Swaney up to the dish. This ball is high and out of play. That one also up high. You never know. The Rail Riders need 2 touchdowns, one of which made a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Yeah, it would be. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Kind of reminds me of the Angels when they creamed the Rockies not too long ago, a couple weeks
This
ago.
ball gets away, and both runners will advance 90 feet.
Swaney has the opportunity to get the second and third RBIs of the game here for the Rail Riders. You got runners in scoring position. You got Zachary leading off at third, Cuniff leading off at second. TJ Swaney can kind of ignite the spark here in the bottom of the fifth and kind of see if the Rail Riders have what it takes to mount a little bit of a comeback.
This ball gets away, no advancing by the 2 runners, Zachary and Cuniff.
Cade Ritchie in the second, third, and fourth inning was dominant. He was shutting down the Rail Riders. Nothing really was able to get by Ritchie. A couple strikeouts, no 1 earned run. Looks like the tides have shifted as we've got bases loaded now coming up here
No outs.
with no outs.
Bases loaded, no outs.
Change of events here.
Yeah, Rail Riders aren't giving up. I always say never give up. What? This one, ball's up high for Brevin Hoffman up to the dish. He's 0 for 1. This ball is popped up and just out of play, or just out of reach for Golden, Ryan Golden. Kudos to your Cardinals, by the way, Ethan. They beat the Nationals.
Yeah, they took the series, 2 or 3 games, went to the Cardinals.
The 0-1. That one's line drive, but it's just foul.
Got a 1-2 count here to Brevin Hoffman, who's the man behind the plate today for the Rail Riders. And he has the opportunity to kind of start mounting some runs back, closing the deficit 1 hit, 1 swing, 1 run at a time. We'll see if he can do it right here on the 1-2.
Swung on and missed. Something you want to have for the Haymakers, as that going to sting you for the Rail Riders. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, number 24, Miles Gordini.
This ball is popped up.
An infield
Miller's
fly
under-
was
yes.
called.
Miller is under it, and we'll put the squeeze on it.
Infield fly was called right there.
Yep.
Bases loaded. Pop up in the infield. Infield fly is called. It just prevents the ball from dropping down and initiating a double play that's ruled unfair technically. So
Yep. So it is. Now there's 2 down. First pitch is a ball to Hoffman. That one gets away, but nobody comes to the plate. They make it 2-0.
this is actually Stephen
Steven
Machin.
Machin, excuse me. My apologies. It's 2-0. Make it 3-0.
May walk home a run right here. You got to think if you're Stephen Machin here with down 15 runs, you got to have the green light possibly.
Yeah.
If you see one that you can take, you got to take it.
This ball underneath, and that's ball 4, and in to score is Zachary. It is a 16-2 ball game. Well, be sure to check out the next game between the Royal Blue Dogs and the Red Raiders later tonight. You and Jackson Ingolstad will be on that call. That'll be a good game to watch. We have an 0-1 count. High into the air on that next pitch, but it's out of play. Well, there you go. There's the Royal Blue Dogs head coach getting ready to, already talking with his team.
Head coach Vern Hasty
Yep.
and his assistant Peyton Stockwell, or like the players call him P-Stock, or yeah, P-Stock is his nickname. They'll be going up against Hosey's other team, the Red Raiders, here in the nightcap at Seymour Smith.
Be sure to tune into that one, as this is a ball 4, and another run will come in, making it 16-3. The Real Riders have a field goal. And I think we'll have a mound meeting. I think some of the guys will come up and talk about this.
Cade Ritchie was very good for the
Sure thing.
couple innings that he came out on in relief in the first after Braxton Alexander went down with an apparent arm injury. And he's been really good. He's really shut down the Rail Riders up until this point. Had the one earned run in the second, but other than that, I mean, this has been a very, very well-pitched, well-controlled ball game by Cade Ritchie. He's been really good. Assistant coach Zach Young just wants to go out there, kind of calm down his pitcher. He's given up back-to-back-to-back walks. You got to kind of calm your pitcher down, make sure that he's aware that he only needs one out. I mean, you're up 13 runs here.
Yeah.
You only need one out. One out will do it.
Kicks and deals. This ball is down low to make it 0-1 to Max Torres.
Got to think that fatigue is also possibly starting to play a factor for Ritchie, who's thrown a lot more pitches than what he's kind of accustomed to this year. You got to think that fatigue and the heat might be starting to get to him a little bit, and that could be kind of a benefiting factor in what he's able to do.
This ball gets away, and it is 3-0.
To start loading up the strike zone. I mean, you don't really need to do anything spectacular. You can just load up the strike zone, see if your defense can work behind you. You got to force at all four bases here, so a ground ball up the middle could do it, a ground ball at the third base could do it, a ground ball in front of the catcher could do it.
And that is called ball 4. 3 straight walks, and it's 16-4. Well.
Yeah, we're seeing a little comeback here. That's 3 unanswered runs in the bottom of the 5th. And the Rail Riders went from cooking with propane to cooking with fire.
They need 3 more runs to extend the game.
3 more runs to extend the game. They could do it on a single base hit.
As here's a grounder. He'll just take the force at third. And this chaotic game for the Haymakers, an explosion of runs, ends in 5, 16-4. The Haymakers get win number 7 on the season as they take care of business against the Rail Riders here today. Well, you were reading that scoreboard right. 16 runs for the Haymakers, 11 hits and 6 errors. They take care of business here today as the Haymakers win 16-4. We'll get win number 7. Coming up, we'll get an interview with David Swanson, the player of the game for the Haymakers. But until then, be sure to tune in the next game between the Royal Blue Dogs and the Red Raiders. Ethan McCormick and Jackson Ingolstadt will be on the call for that. But for me, I'm Alex Tietjen, and we wish you a good night.